Hi guys, thank you so much for joining me today on Sigma Sunday. I'm curious if you have ever had a day where you have things that are due and all the pressures and your creativity, your ability to put stuff together completely goes down the drain. Same. So who am I and why does this matter? My name is Rebecca Sonnenberg. I am a licensed clinical social worker and I am here to hopefully make you feel like a better entrepreneur, a better business owner, a better leader. So when I'm talking about creativity, it's so funny because a lot of times people are like, well, I'm not drawing at work. I'm not doing sound trays like you do, Rebecca. Okay, calm down. As a therapist, yes, we do very different creative things, but creativity can be problem solving. Creativity can be figuring out how to get your employees' satisfaction up. So creativity isn't just drawing and frou-frou-y stuff. So what happens when we're super stressed and we're feeling overwhelmed, the likelihood that our brain is flowing and we're feeling creative is probably pretty slim to none. And in fact, the likelihood that you're feeling a little bit panicked is probably a little bit higher. So what can we do? There's a few things that I had to kind of Google. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I had to Google a couple of things because I had one good idea and then that was one. And I was like, well, crap, that's not really the best. So I'll give you the idea I had and then I'll share with you the Googles. So one of the ideas that I had is something that we use even in therapy for people who don't typically like to journal, but they need to get thoughts out. It's called a journal tree. So basically you make a tree. So the root of your tree is whatever is really bombarding you. I need to get up employee satisfaction and it's stressing me out so bad, I can't think of anything. So you write employee satisfaction and that's the root of your tree. That's the base of your tree. And then from there, you're going to branch off, literally branch off, hence the word tree, the ideas that are coming to mind, whether it's worries that you're having, ideas that may come to you, anything, doesn't matter. Even if it's random stuff that doesn't necessarily have to do with this, but it's coming up for you, get it out and get it done. And then you're going to go back through once you've completed that, and you're going to look at it and you're going to circle, so it kind of looks like leaves, the ideas or the thoughts that seem the most helpful to the problem that you are having. So if you think you know what, we haven't had an employee retreat in years and that came up and that's a leaf, you're going to do that. If I haven't walked around and told anybody in months that they're working really hard and I appreciate it so much, circle that one. That's a way to kind of pull yourself out of the funk and get your creativity moving to help you figure out how to solve problems and solutions. I know it sounds a little silly, but you would be surprised how quickly it can actually work. Now, what was Google's recommendation? Theirs wasn't as much fun or as pretty, but it's fine, we'll take it. Theirs was movement. And okay, I'm going to agree, movement does help a lot, especially when you're feeling stuck. So it talked about having walking meetings. So maybe taking a buddy or taking a couple of people who might be able to help you brainstorm and talk about why things are the way they are, and then solution for how they think that things could be better. Movement really does help, especially when we're stuck, because it gets stuck in our body and then it can't go anywhere in our mind and our bodies when they're not connecting. We have a really hard time processing, good, bad, or otherwise. If your mind and body are off, it's going to cause you to feel stuck. So the very best thing that you can do is get that out, move it around. So you could go for a walk. Even sometimes I would suggest sitting on a yoga ball. That helps a lot for a lot of our clients too, especially our littles, because it gives you some kind of mobility to kind of wiggle stuff out. The other thing that Google did recommend that I do think is a good idea, and I will give them this one, is just writing things down, especially if you can do it ahead of time. So let's say that you've been noticing that employee morale has kind of been down, people don't seem as happy, and you're like, okay, in 2 weeks, we're having a big meeting and I want to have a solution and I'm feeling really stuck. Let me just start jotting down things that come to my mind for the next 7 days. Whatever comes to mind, just write it down. Then that gives you a little bit of time to look at what you wrote down and look at what you want to be able to help and problem solve with. Or again, if you need to bring somebody in to look at this with you. Because a lot of times when our creativity is stuck, then we have a really hard time trusting ourselves and trusting what we think would be beneficial. So having a buddy system is probably one of the best things you can do. At the end of the day too, is you have to really look at what's causing you to feel stuck. Because if we can't look at the root of the problem, we're gonna have a really hard time figuring out how to make things better. So even if it's as simple as something like, I'm feeling really inadequate as a supervisor. And I've been there, I've done that. And I've been like, man, maybe I'm not doing a very good job. And when I can look at that, and when I can look at where that comes from and really just allow myself to sit with that, and then look at what I know to be true, and what I know from my employees who are happy, or my employees who have said like, hey, this is great, I love this, or feel safe to come and tell me when they don't like something. When I can look at that and I can really sit with the truth of that, rather than just the story I'm telling myself, which is usually worse than it really is for most of us, that helps a lot, and that gives me some accountability. So whether you want to do the tree or you want to do the movement, Google's maybe more right than I am, who knows? But maybe I'm a little bit right. But I would suggest that you try these things when you feel like you're stuck, when you feel like you have to come up with a plan and nothing is coming to mind. And like I said, sit with yourself, find out what's really causing you to feel like you're hurting or that this isn't working for you, and then see if there is a buddy system that would be beneficial for you. And can they give you some truth that sometimes we need? Especially if that truth is, you're really good at what you're doing, keep doing it, quit beating yourself up, shake it off, and get back in there. Because in and of itself, even that might be more beneficial than you could even imagine. So I really hope that this helps you guys. If it doesn't, let me know, or maybe you have some ideas that me and Google's didn't come up with, and I would love to hear from you guys. So please make sure that you like, you share, and you follow. And like I said, I would love to hear from you guys. I would love to hear some of your ideas about being more creative, especially when creativity can mean so much for so many different people. Okay, thank you, you guys. I wish you the best, and I will see you next week. Thank you.